In today's world, artificial intelligence and analytics are part of our daily lives. From watching a movie on Netflix to business intelligence campaigns. So, wouldn't it be great to leverage these technologies to make IT operations better as well? This is where Cisco Data Center Anywhere evolves the operational model, leveraging infrastructure telemetry, insights, and automated actions in order to transform reactive operations into proactive ones. Let's first start with the network by introducing the Network Insights and Assurance Suite, which is a collection of artificial intelligence and machine learning software tools that, along with ACI Multisite Aux Trader, can be installed, consumed, and operated as a single entity when running as part of the Data Center Network Premier license on top of the Services Engine platform, which can run either on-premises or even in the cloud. If you want to run only specific components of the suite, there are some options to maintain them separated as well. Network Insights and Assurance Suite is available for both ACI and DCNM-based platforms running Nexus switching, and provides you with a proactive approach to detect anomalies in your network, including software version advisories and even best practices based on your configuration, allowing you to simulate changes before you apply them, and assessing and preventing any potential negative impact before it happens. I will first log into my Services Engine platform, since in my case, I did not want to install and maintain everything separately. Therefore, I am consuming MSO and the Network Insights and Assurance Suite centrally through it. Let's first take a look inside the Multisite Aux Trader. As you remember, MSO is the central configuration tool for all our APIC sites, on-premises and cloud-based, and it also extends VXlan connectivity automatically between all sites, allowing us to create network configurations once from MSO and distribute them to all sites consistently. In this example, I want to migrate my Web Server 1 VM, running currently in Miami on top of VMware, to the San Jose data center, since there's a hurricane coming. Traditionally, attempting such long-distance vMotion would require either dark fiber or a LAN-to-LAN connection, since I would need to extend my VLAN. But as you know by now, with MSO, I can create a VM kernel network extending layer 2 from the Miami site to the San Jose one and push those changes consistently. As a result, we now have a VM kernel port group available on both vCenters, and I can assign it to any host for their VM kernel vMotion adapters. That would allow me not only to move Web Server 1 successfully from Miami to San Jose, as you can now see, but would potentially enable me to perform an entire data center migration from one site to another using the automated VXlan network, which was created by MSO. Remember that we can also include layer 4 or layer 7 services as part of the central configuration, whether on MSO or even on each ACI site through APIC, which is great since it will allow me not only to migrate loads from one data center to another one using the same policy, but also to configure and manage load balancer services such as F5, which directly integrates to APIC, allowing me to configure load balancing between Miami, San Jose, and even Amazon if I need to. Then, if I go back to my Services Engine platform, I can now log into my Network Insights Resources tool, which is ingesting telemetry from Nexus 9000 switches in order to perform analytics and display any current and potential anomaly my network may suffer. For example, there could be a problem in the air conditioning system, or we might be trending in the wrong direction regarding CPU or storage utilization at the APIC, spine, or leaf layer, which may potentially impact upgrades. All this environment information is constantly assessed and reported historically so that you can prevent any issue from happening. We also want to know beforehand if our environment is running out of capacity before traffic is impacted. With Network Insights, you now know in advance if more switches or more bandwidth are needed, or even if configuration or security rule optimizations are required. Then, in terms of operations, it is usually hard to know about anomalies in terms of traffic. With Network Insights, we can see great and useful information on a per interface, per protocol, or even per flow basis, showing things like average latency, packet drops, and even endpoint move indicators, providing you with detailed information on each anomalous flow, including source and destination IP and port, as well as the exact path and location where the problem is happening. It also helps us providing reports on events that may be consequence of an explicit configuration change or action. And not only that, but it may also integrate to other tools like AppDynamics and even vCenter in the near future, providing you with an overall anomaly detection tool that may show you where each application node from AppDynamics is running, as well as useful information on its underlying infrastructure, going from the VM, its hosts, and its neighbors, all the way to the network, and of course, the physical port and switch it is attached to. Let's go back to the services engine now, and explore a bit of the advisory functionality. Through advisory, we can get proactive notifications from TAC based on your environment, as well as related bugs that may potentially affect it. Any end-of-life or field notice that may affect your environment will be immediately pushed for your knowledge and action, and you can potentially assess the impact of an upgrade if you wish to do so as well. Connected TAC is another great feature for advisory, since it allows you to just select the faulty devices you want TAC to troubleshoot, and it will send such logs directly, reducing the amount of time to resolution. Finally, assurance, where we can quickly verify, especially if you have multiple networks or EPGs on ACI, who can talk to whom and even how through the Policy Explorer feature. Then, you also get smart events, providing us with explicit configuration recommendations or errors we may have done as administrators. For example, how many times have you started a configuration and never finished it? All of a sudden, nobody wants to delete that configuration because you don't know what it is doing, right? Instead of leaving garbage configuration in your environment that may lead to longer troubleshooting times, Assurance will tell you when something configured is unused so that you can safely erase it, as well as other potential errors and their suggested solution. Then, you can perform pre-change analysis, assessing what could happen if you deleted or modified a configuration, as well as delta analysis, which helps you comparing multiple points in time, called epochs, so that you can quickly identify what has changed over time, especially if it is in a negative way. You can also define compliance checks and integrate to other tools like F5 server load balancers, Citrix, ServiceNow, Splunk, and more. As you can see, Network Assurance and Insight Suite can help you prevent issues from happening by correlating all your information in your network as it happens. If you run it together with Multisite Aux Trader on top of the Services Engine platform, you don't have to worry about installing, maintaining, or even logging into multiple products, as everything is consolidated as one.